All right, so this is Naxxa. Basically, what you're seeing is it's highlighting all the parcels in Utah that are developable. So out of the millions of parcels in Utah, there's 181,257 that are quote unquote developable. So there's a lot that goes into what makes something developable, but um, I'm not going to dive into that. Just know that that's what Naxxa is doing. Um, is it's trying to determine which pieces are going to be worth your time, and so you can stop filtering out stuff that's not going to make sense and just focus on stuff that you know will make sense. As you zoom in here, this number is going to change because it's just showing what's on your screen on the map. And you can start going in here and just finding opportunities um, by zooming in, or I can use the filters and select kind of exactly what I'm looking for um, and filter all land that way. So just to show you an example, let's say I'm wanting to find a townhome project that's anywhere from 50 to 150 units. I hit apply. You'll see it's going to start color coding things. Um, Zoom out here a little bit just so I can show you what this is doing. So basically, what this is saying is green is saying this is currently zoned for the product type that you're trying to build. So in this case, townhomes. It's saying um, you could come in here and build townhomes on this project or on this piece of land, and it's big enough to fit the number of units you're looking for. Yellow is saying this isn't zoned for what you want to do, but the neighboring parcel has townhomes on it or a zone, excuse me, or a zone for townhomes. Um, and so you have a precedent to point to get a rezone. And then red is kind of saying something similar, but it's 2 or 3 parcels away. So 2 or 3 parcels away, you have townhomes, um, but it's not zoned for what you're trying to do. So it's like a stoplight. Green means go, you're good to go. Yellow is, take caution or whatever. And then red is that's going to be the most difficult to get approved, but it's still an opportunity nonetheless. Um, and then let's say I'm interested in this area, and so I look at all these parcels. I can go add to all to a list, select the list that I want it to save to, and now it saves all 55 parcels to that list. Now I can start going in and there's more parcels on this list because I've already added some to it, but now I can go in and start to work my list of leads or opportunities. So as I zoom in here and start to hover over, you can see you can like it, dislike it, view it, say that you viewed it. I can add tags. Call city is one that we use a lot. We like to put together a list of parcels that we want to call the city and ask questions on. You can add a tag of door knock. Let's say I want to build a list of opportunities. I want to go actually knock the door and talk to the landowner. I can do that. Um, and now when I hover back over that piece of land, it'll save that, and then I can filter by show me all the ones that I need to call the city on, and it shows me um, that parcel right there. So I can filter by ones that I've liked, ones that I've disliked, ones that I've viewed, ones that are unmarked. So any parcel that I haven't looked at yet or liked, I need to deselect this one. It's going to populate all of those, so I can just continue to dislike, like. And when I click on a parcel and hit more information, it's going to give me ownership information. It'll give me the mailing address of the owner if it has it. Um, it'll give me the actual zoning of the property with a link to either the zoning code. It looks like this one has an overlay on it, so it gives me the link to the overlay. Um, it'll tell me if it's part of a current project or not, and I'll go in later into how we are tracking projects and how we're determining if a parcel is part of a project or not. Um, Another cool tool that we use, so this is our qualification sheet. These are the list of questions that we get from the landowner, that we get from just online, that you can find online. And then these are all the questions that we want to ask the city. And this is kind of our way of qualifying uh, dirt to see if we want to pursue it further. And that's the whole goal of Naxxa, is to allow you to put your time and attention towards land and projects that actually fit what you're wanting to do, and that are actually going to make sense. So if we already have the information, it'll auto fill this. It'll auto, yeah, fill these different questions. So as you can see here, it'll tell you the topography, average, the max, and the minimum, railroad, boulders, all these different things. It'll auto populate, and then you can come in and edit this. And so um, you can come in and edit it personally and add any notes you want to put in. And so it's just a way of keeping organized. And then that'll save just for you. It's not going to save for the entire Naxxa database. It's just going to save for your profile. So now when I go back in there, it'll all be saved. Um, Another awesome tool is a market analysis tool. So you can either do by city. Let's say I want to um, and then same thing for existing and same thing for land. If there was lots in that acreage range that sold, it would tell you that data here. And we could probably broaden that acreage range to get more results, but that's our sniff test is what we call it, just to see if it's even going to pencil or if it even um, makes sense. Let's say the owner wants a certain price for it. You can do a quick sniff test to see if you're even in the ballpark. Um, let's see here. So another awesome. Well, we'll go into projects first. So on the project side, this is also monitoring all projects that are coming up through the city, and also all projects that are currently under development, or that have already been developed. Either way, it's looking at everything and saying, let's just click on this one for example. So it's saying there's 62 parcels in this project. 3 of them are buildable, 59 are not. If I hit show parcels and zoom in here, I can see that yes, this parcel does not have a home on it. I could try to reach out and let's say I'm a builder looking for a lot. I can uh, try to do something with these lots that are vacant and don't have a house on them. This one, it looks like someone's using as parking. So you can reach out and try to find lots that way. And you can filter by lot size. You can filter by, again, property types. So townhome, single family, uh, multifamily, commercial, and look for buildable lots that way. And you can filter by project status. So the idea here is if I'm someone that wants to buy papered lots, I can filter by my lot size and by the product type and project status and instantly see all the projects that have X number of buildable units or buildable lots that I can then reach out to the project owner and try to either buy into a project or buy papered lots, finished lots, um, and try to find deals that way. Or you have the raw land side. So that's kind of how we've broken it up. Is you got your raw land, you're gonna try to find projects just by finding raw land, or You find projects by buying into a project that's already, going through the entitlement process or already being developed. So another really awesome tool that I want to talk about is the market stats tab. So this is a really fast, easy way to kind of see what the market's doing. So I'm just going to do Lehigh as an example. Um, Hit analyze. I just did the last year. So within the last year, I'm looking at active, sold, and under contract. And I'm only going to select single family residence for now, just to show an example. What this is doing is it's organizing all this data into sold, active, and under contract, and then I want it to look at existing versus new build, and I want to see what the different acreages are selling for, what's selling the fastest, and I want to see square footage. So if I click on sold, for example, it's going to show me. So here's all data for sold for single family, um, and then it's broken it up into existing and new build. So here's the data for all existing, all acreages, all square footage. And then if I click existing, it's going to break it up into uh, different groups of acreage ranges. So this first one, 0.03 to 0.11, there was 68 sales. Here's the median price. Here's the average square footage, um, average acreage, dollars per square foot, dollars per acre, sales per month. And so it's breaking down all of this. It tells me my absorption rate. And then it does the same thing for all these different acreage ranges, all the way up to 1 acre. Um, and if I click into one of these, so these little, uh, yeah, these little symbols right here are telling me what's the fastest in each group. So basically, this one's saying this section contains the group with the lowest median days on market in existing and single family residence and sold. So, what is the fastest selling product under existing? Well, it's saying it's in this acreage range. And then if I drop this down and look at this breaks it down by square footage. So now it's saying a 3,000 to 3,400 square foot house that's sitting on 0.20 to 0.23 acres sells the fastest in Lehigh, Utah. And it'll give you the median price, it'll give you the high and the low, the average. Um, Again, it will tell you your absorption. So yeah, and then you can break this down as much as you want. You can look at new build and do the same exact thing and figure out what's selling the fastest with new builds, what's selling the slowest. And then you can even, if you already have a project that you're looking at or wanting to build in a certain city, you can come in here and just see, okay, well, what's the market doing? And do an instant market analysis on this that's actually looking at what you're building. And you can do by detailed style too. So let me just refresh here. So if I do detailed style and I do single family again, hit analyze. Okay, now, I had to hit analyze first. So now it's looking at all A-frame, bungalow, condo. It's looking at all the different styles, and you can same thing. You can break it down and see what's selling the fastest and how yours is going to compare to the market. And I can do a bunch of different cities if I wanted. You can look at the entire state if you really wanted to. Select a custom date range. So yeah, that's how people are using Naxxa to find raw ground, quickly vet deals, and everything I just did. I feel like would have taken hours if I was doing it manually. So